not joking. All my guys, them know me.
Hey people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa Otsi, and if you're new on this channel, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell. Very important, guys, so that whenever I post new content, you will be the very first to find out. Long time no this background. You guys know that this is the background I started this YouTube channel with until my kids chased me out of this background, and I had to like create a new one downstairs, and I'm like, okay, let me just change small. So I'm back here, like I'm feeling so nostalgic, like this was where we started. Anyway, guys, before I proceed, please can you just take a moment, just like 1 second, and just click that like button. I'm begging, like biko lawo ejo lawo egui abishibi, that's how they say it. Lawo ejo biko, I beg, please. I don't know what please is in Hausa. I would have used it, but biko, like this video, okay? Thank you. So you guys, I came across a particular update on Instablog, and you guys know that me, I don't just like to just wake up and just carry energies. So when I saw that update, I was like, one of all these content creators, should be a content creator, and we know the business now. This one has already gone to just create something out of his head and just posted on Twitter, but actually it's true. Going down the comment section, someone actually commented that it's true. I know this person. So the person on Twitter tweeted that an African nurse here in the UK has died after she slept off while driving home from night shift, and she happens to be a single mom of a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old. And this particular lady just moved from Africa to the UK barely 4 months ago. Like, it's really sad. I'm like, it's just very important that I come here, even though I talk about things like this in like bit by bit, you know, my content. I normally just, you know, talk about exhaustion and all that, but I'm like, let me just make it a work out. You guys, exhaustion is real. Like, a lot of Africans are usually under pressure to keep working, and I won't blame them, because most times the increasing bills is a lot. I mean, if you don't work, how do you sort out these bills? Most times there are a lot of bills to be paid. We're talking of gas. You guys know gas and electricity is so high. It's in fact, it's hitting the roof right now. Even me in my home, we are crying, like it's a whole lot. And they're talking about what is even cheap. They're talking about water, child care, your mortgage or your rent. And this is not just it. It doesn't just end there. You still have to like pay other bills like road tax, other monthly bills you go, like probably for your phone or laptop or whatever it is. That's why I always try to avoid that monthly thing. Like you buy and pay bit by bit. I don't like it. I like to just pay in full, because I don't want my direct debit to be so much. At the end of the month, I'm left with like peanuts. And that's why you also have to talk of feeding, things for the house. You know, the bills is crazy. The high cost of living is real. We've been screaming high cost of living, and people think it's joke. No, it's no joke. It's really a lot. So I won't really blame Africans, because back home, lots of us don't even have the opportunity to work. You know, you come out from school, you don't get a job. You have to find a way to create jobs for yourself. That's why content creators are everywhere. People are creating content on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. You know, these kids makers that are hitting it. Go back. You find out that most of them, for years, they were actually jobless until skits making became a thing, and they decided creating skits and making money, right? So I won't really blame Africans that come here to work knowing that, oh my goodness, I can actually pick extra shifts. You know, it can be really exciting when you come at first. I can really pick extra shifts. That means I can work, and the more I work, the more pay I get. I know that I'm Nigerian. In Nigeria, it's not usually like that. If you come in to cover shifts, who is going to pay? I don't know about some places, but where I am familiar with, you don't even get paid for it. Like, it's like, oh, you have to come and cover the shift, right? And you get thank you. If your boss is even kind, might just give you like small tea, but not like they're going to add this to your salary that, okay, you work 12 hours today, extra shift, we're going to pay you. This particular nurse, I want to believe that she works with the NHS, because I mean, 4 months into the UK, most likely she was recruited either to work for the NHS or care home or whatever it is. I want to assume that it's NHS, because in NHS, if you're working nights, you get extra pay. If you're working weekends, you get extra pay. So most people, they love to target work nights and weekends for extra shifts, so they can get that extra incentive, right? Not to even talk about black tax, knowing that you have a lot of people back home to sort their bills. You have siblings. Maybe it's recently, guys, that I just bought my sister. You think it's 1 naira? It's a lot of money. Out every single thing. We had to find a way to sort it out. Like, it's a lot, right? Most times you just want to help your siblings, you want to help your parents. How many times have I about my mom? Yeah, I've about my mother-in-law. It's not water, it's not 1 naira. We are talking of millions. Most times these are things you just have to do for your family back home, right? And where will the money come from? I mean, this is abroad, not just the UK, abroad. You have to work. You don't get free money. You just have to work hard to make money, if that makes sense. In this situation, I don't really entirely blame her, but then again, I would like to advise that this should be like a lesson to us all Africans. This should be a lesson. Find time to rest. Try to reduce the pressure. Like, it's sometimes it's not even worth it, because you know, this country, the more you work, the more tax you pay, right? So back where I was working, I know of a particular guy. This guy was working 7 nights a week. In fact, it's my manager then that will be like, oh no, I have to give you a day off. Like, my manager literally have to give this guy a day off, like, and because this guy is ready to work the entire month, but she will like, no, I'll take out this day for you, go and rest, take out. And he won't even be happy. Like, then I used to ask him, like, how do you do this? How do you work this hard? Like, you, at the end of the month, after all this hard work, tax will come and take like probably like 20% of your money, or even 30%, and you're just saying like the extra effort is not really reflecting on your pay. Sometimes the more you work, the higher tax you pay. So sometimes just take out that time and rest. I've worked night shift literally, like, since I became a mother, I've been working night shift. I don't even know what it's like to work day. I always work night. So, and I know how sleepy it can be. Like, you're feeling so sleepy, you're tired. Sometimes my eyes will be so red at work, and my colleague will be like, Melissa, were you sleeping? I'm like, sleep how? No, it's just tired. Like, because you're so tired, you're so burnt out, and the next day you have to drive home. So my advice is, if you're in that situation where you work night and you have to drive home, call someone, like, put it on speaker, you know, just be talking to someone. That way you'll be able to stay alert. Some people advise that you sleep for like probably 10 minutes, 30 minutes before going on, but I know that's not realistic, because I saw it in the comment section. That is so not realistic, because sometimes that tiny sleep, hey, is what is going to awaken the sleepiness, as in you start feeling scattered and very sleepy. Most NHS hospitals, like NHS trusts, they normally give like 1 hour break. I don't know if it's paid or not paid. I don't really work to the NHS, but utilize it if possible. Sort of like using that time to press your phone, just use it to like rest your head a bit at work. I know how hard it can be, guys. Like, I live in this country and we work so hard. It's one thing that exhaustion is one of the leading causes of death amongst immigrants abroad, not just the UK, because you're so exhausted. Now, in this situation, she happens to be a single mother. You can imagine how it's like migrating as a single mother with your kids. Oh, I'm sure that she probably doesn't have anyone to entrust her kids into their hands before moving to the UK. Probably that's why she had to bring them to the UK with her. It's just really like a really tragic story. It's really sad, and honestly, that is why I always emphasize on rest. Like, you guys, get as much rest as you can. In 7 days, 4 shifts should be enough. I know it's not easy, like there's so many bills to be paid, but you have to prioritize your mental health. You have to prioritize yourself. Unfortunately, she died, and I'm sure that her next shift has already been booked, like it has already been covered by someone. Do you get the point? Like, the hospital is not going to like stop functioning because someone has passed. You understand? That it's not even possible. It's to keep running. Nobody is indispensable. If you work and you break down and something goes wrong, they're going to replace you like at the snap of a finger. There are lots of people there like looking for shift. You will be covered, and that will be the end for you. You guys, overtime kills. Overtime, it is terrible. I remember when we nearly came, my husband, then the overtime ginger was in him. Like, he was always wanting to like pick shift back to back. He was so excited. Like, any small thing, Dr. Oti, can you go back? I had to sit him down, like, guy, hey, I'm young. How old am I? Hey, I'm not up to 30. I beg. Hey, you have to reduce it, because we need you hale. We need you hearty. We need you alive for us. This money you're making, yes, we're enjoying the money, but now they're alive, they enjoy money. And mind you, a lot of people, they are in their incur debts while moving to the UK. A lot of debts. People sell their lands, take loans from bank to move, because moving is not easy. Like, it was even when my sister came, I'm like, hey, oh my goodness, where are people getting funds from? Like, she was telling me, we booked her TB test, we booked this, we booked that. She was always going to Lagos and back, visa time, flights, everything. I'm like, oh my goodness. As in, it's a lot of money. I can imagine what it's like for a family of 5, or a family of 3, or a family of 4 to move. To get the point, it's a lot of money. So a lot of people incur debts, and when they come, they just want to fire on, work back to back 30 days a month. 7 days a week, no rest. But forgetting that you can only work if you're alive, right? So you guys, if possible, just reduce the overtime. And sometimes it's really not worth it. Like, I think it's our time we Africans actually like come together to like build our continent. As in, I don't even know what we're going to do, because it's so unfortunate that we have leaders that even if you put in small effort, they are ready to crash that your effort. So that's why a lot of people are running away, because the continent is not good. It's just really not good. A lot of people are ready like to sit on people's destiny and make sure that our continent does not move forward. But what can we do? The little bits that we can do, the little contribution that we can do to make our continent better, we should try. Because I'm sure if she was back home, you know, working the way she should work and not like trying to work overtime to pay all these extra bills, she would have still been alive by now. You get the point, guys. I remember a friend of mine who happens to be a nurse. She was telling me that she used to drive like 1 hour, like we are at our working places in another city, so she drives like 1 hour to and from. Like after night shift, to drive 1 hour. Sometimes she will put me on the phone call. I'm like, I'm going home, or I didn't even understand what she was trying to do. The maybe she was just trying to like step, because we'll be on the call until when she gets home. Like, Melissa, please let me just take my bath and rest. It's even like now that I understood that, she was actually like trying to like stay awake, because she was always calling. That's when I'm available, like I'll pick, and if I'm not available, I don't know how she does it, but I know she used to drive like 1 hour drive to our place of work, to and fro, and she does only night. She happens to be an agency nurse, so you can imagine, guys. And unfortunately, this particular lady, it was said that when she got the accident and passed, was just like 3 minutes away from her home. So it's just really quite unfortunate. But if you don't learn anything from this video, at least understand the fact that exhaustion is real and it can kill, and you should try as much as you can to reduce your overtime. So I'm not saying you should not work, work moderately, but don't like keep working and working, because believe me, if you pass, life will go on. Sometimes it's really not worth it. If you look at it, a lot of people, they work so much that they don't even have family time. They're not there for their kids. I'm saying they're just always away, literally always absent. Like their work gets to see the best of them all the time. They are barely, like, always absent from home. I understand, really. I'm not going to sound very insensitive. I totally understand, but that is why I encourage you guys to just try as much as you can to reduce black tax. Send the kind of amount of money you can spare. Don't allow any amount of unnecessary pressure on you. Trust me, guys, don't, and I'm sure you'll be fine. So I just decided to bring this particular topic to your notice, guys, because I think it is actually worth talking about. And you guys, share with me your thoughts about this video in the comment section, and of course I'll see you all in my next one. For now, bye guys.